Mr. Speaker, I want to join you and the House to indeed congratulate Her Excellency Maria Hansok, I hope I pronounced the name right, for her tour of duty. As you have mentioned, Uganda has got very strong relationship with Sweden, a historical one actually dating back to many years ago. Our current head of state and his family sought refuge in Sweden many years ago when it was hot for him in Uganda. So the habit of politicians seeking refuge in countries elsewhere has not just started. So he sought refuge in Sweden and his family, and they took good care of him. There's a lot to learn from Sweden, Mr. Speaker. The human rights record of Sweden is an impeccable one. They've got a robust constitutional infrastructure which they follow to the letter. And that should be a good lesson for us in Uganda. We should not only benefit from the aid that they give us, we should also benefit from lessons such as their modus operandi in as far as human rights is concerned, respect for the rule of law is concerned. We should pick those lessons and implement them. We wish you well on your next tour of duty.
Thank you, LOP. Government Chief Whip.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable, I am speaking as the former Minister for Health, but also someone who worked very closely with Her Excellency, the Swedish Ambassador. Allow me to start by congratulating her upon completing her 5 years tour of duty, and also for the very good and cordial working relationship that I had in my 5 years as Minister for Health when she was the ambassador. I want to appreciate the Swedish government for their selfless partnership and contribution to the health sector. They were so passionate about maternal health, and many of you are aware that our indices of maternal health have greatly improved, with maternal mortality now down to 189 per 100,000 live births, a big reduction in child mortality and neonatal mortality. I also would like to appreciate them for giving scholarships to our students from Makerere University. Right Honorable Speaker, one of the apps, the software apps that is used in immunization for collecting data in the Ministry of Health was developed by Karolinska University with great participation from our own students. I was able to visit the university, interact with those who developed the app, and also our own students. I will not conclude without appreciating the Swedish government for their great contribution during times of outbreaks. And in the last 5 years, we've had quite a number, and they have contributed financially to ensure that we nip these outbreaks in the bud before they spread to the entire country. So as she begins her new tour of duty in Riyadh, I want to wish her well and to let you know that I will personally miss you, and I'm sure the health sector will miss you as well. May the good Lord bless you.
Thank you, Government Chief Whip. We are lucky her replacement has been on tour in Uganda, tour of duty in Uganda 3 times. So I'm very sure we shall continue. Thank you, Your Excellency Maria. I've not been able to honor some of our good friends, for example, Her Excellency Frederica of Netherlands left, but we are going to be interacting with her more because she's going to be heading the African department at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Netherlands. So many of them have supported us. Team Europe has been one of our greatest partners. They've stood by us in the most difficult times. I've seen some of the countries which have said don't go to Uganda because of Ebola. They are not even half of Team Europe. But in the European Union, you know, the European Union has said no, Uganda is safe for people to travel. So we really want in a special way to thank the European Union for that.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Christopher Bakashaba is my name. Honorable Minister, you've been reading your report, but really, in Imbarara City, where I come from, Mr. Speaker, we don't have electricity. And he has not mentioned, he's been just mentioning rural village. No, there is no order, Mr. Speaker. Allow me, really, those people, they voted.
Honorable, speak for your people. You are protected.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Really, Mr. Speaker, in Imbarara City, we don't have power. In the Harwe, in Kachika, we don't have power. And why don't we have power? Is just here reading rural, village, rural. Now, Minister, what are you really reading? You are reading past tense only. Honorable Minister, you created these cities, you have to give them services. Kindly, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me, but also put him on pressure such that he can give us power. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Now, honorable colleagues, I'm a resident in Honorable Bakashaba's constituency, so I know what he's talking about. Yeah. Yes, it's two parts of Umbara City. Don't have. Yes. Honorable.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Right Honorable, I've heard the report from the Minister, but I also want to say I'm also disappointed with the Minister. Right Honorable, from 2022, the time I had the by-election, the Honorable Minister sent a team from the ministry, and they did a survey in my constituency. They also went ahead, did a survey in the other 3 remaining counties in the district of Palisa. And after that, 2 years passed. Him solo seated here, he came with a team to launch the power project in my constituency, in my sub-county, in my parish. And that was almost affecting me to return back to Parliament. And every time you go to him, he has a song called next week, next week, next week. So maybe today is now a saved man. I want to hear from him, confirming to me when my people from Palisa are getting the power. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Aduna Kasekeno, then I come to Kasanda here. Now, just wait a bit. So, colleagues, today I had a meeting with the Speaker, okay, and we were discussing the challenges in terms of service delivery. So we've identified sectors. We identified energy, that's electricity, water, health, education, roads. Okay, those service ministries. And we've agreed that we shall give each one a day so that all of you can present your issues. Okay, because most of the issues you have are around this. So take heart. If we don't finish today, we shall carry it over to Tuesday, but we must continue debating this issue, and you must present your issues, and they go on record until they are exhausted. Okay? Yes, Nakatsekenos.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for the presentation. If we are talking about rural electrification, I think my constituency is in the best setting to talk about this. Now, here we are talking about, if we talk about extension of electricity. For us in my constituency, we have got electricity infrastructure and we do not have power. So I think this is something very important, Honorable Minister, that whereas we are spending a lot of money as a country, extending electricity infrastructure in different areas, we need to be also concerned about the service of power in those areas. Particularly in my area, if you go towns of Chinoni, Chinyogoga, Ngoma, yes, we have got electric lines. If you go there, the government will report there is electricity. But we have taken about 1 month, no electricity. And particularly for the interest of the minister, when we report UDCL, they bring transformers, and these transformers take barely 3 days, then they are spoiled. Then they replace, and then after 3 days, they are spoiled. So I think it is something of interest that we investigate where they are sourcing these transformers from. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Nsamba, Honorable Tebandeke. Yes. No. UPC here. Okay? Yes. Colleagues, I'm going to pick you. I'm going to give you a chance. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Right Honourable Speaker, I want to state that it was not a very right decision for government to close Rural Electrification Agency. Right Honourable Speaker, many MPs previously lost elections because of power lines that were never worked on. Myself, I have a power line that was being constructed by REA, but when REA, Right Honourable Speaker, closed, they abandoned that project. And the minister has rightly put it that they inherited 321 billion from REA. But REA had planned that money to complete 11 lines. But for them, they only completed 6 out of 11. And the minister should tell us where did they put the other money. Right Honourable Speaker, I have seen in this report he's giving us, he's talking about a Europe project. Europe, Right Honourable Speaker, started in 2016, closed this year in March. Now, in Europe, there was 35 billion. The ministry was supposed to pay project affected persons. Government raised 17.6 billion, and a donor gave out 13.4 billion. But Right Honourable Speaker, they only paid up to a tune of 14 billion. Now the 28 billion they are looking for in Europe too is to pay project affected.
Now, Chair Park, why don't you, now this is under you, why don't you use your position under Park Central, okay, to do for us a very good report on these issues, and we debate it here, because I'm sure the Auditor General must have raised them.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we've just met this agency of energy under Park, and the information I'm giving in this house, I needed the house to debate with knowledge, because I've had a member, Right Honourable, for example, saying that government has not supported UEDCL. Yet government just allowed UEDCL to borrow 477 billion. And UEDCL still up to today has not solved the issue of power outage across the country. Now the problem is not only money. The problem is bigger than money. Now I heard the minister, Right Honourable, talking about giving excuses of COVID as the part of the reason why some power lines were abandoned. That is to us politicians, and it is easy for us to believe. But Right Honourable, when we were engaging the contractors, they were contractors that fulfilled and delivered projects during COVID. Now for us to come and somebody gives us an excuse that COVID, when other contractors delivered on this project, Right Honourable, it is just a mere excuse that the minister need only not to accept about this. Right Honourable?
Thank you. Yeah. Honourable, we shall have a chance to discuss that report. I had allowed Honourable Tewandeke.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
UPC, okay.
Right Honorable Speaker, I have 3 issues which I have not heard from the Minister's report. One, what causes about the shortage and the scarcity of the connection materials? Because during Umeme times, it could contract with the other agencies and the connection. And now electricity distribution is under government entity, but the connection material is a challenge. And according to the guidelines by Electricity Regulatory Authority, the no service connection poles are supposed to be effected within 14 days. But now some companies which UEDCL contracted has already registered clients who have cleared, but outside there, wherever they argue for connection, the claim is no connection materials. What causes about the scarcity, and how should it be addressed? Right Honorable Speaker, another issue is, for lack of a better word, but I would like to call them abandoned projects. We have very many projects that ran a long time ago in our constituencies. Poles were installed, but there are no wires. And it's almost now 2 years. What happens and how should that be addressed? Right Honorable Speaker, I have about 10 villages. That is Chebuye, Rwabiata, Tindiani, Nyondo, Bisakabidugala, among others. The poles are there which consume the taxpayers' money, and the taxpayers are waiting for the wires to get connected, but there is no connection material. So what happens? Yes, information.
Either way, I think, Honorable Minister, even if we give you all over the country, that vandalization takes train to all the wires we've not connected. Rural electrification was targeting sub-counties. But where you connected now, the poles were cut, the wires were vandalized, you are going back to zero. So the best way is to put up a mechanism how to protect even what you've put. So we want to know the minister to go an extra mile to sensitize the public. Even.
Thank you, Oche. No, you donated your time. Please, you are very generous. Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Chen Geoffrey, Member of Parliament for Kyoga North and Malata District. First, I want to appreciate the Minister for the report. However, it didn't touch critical areas of power supply. For instance, in Malata District, we have 2 sub-counties with electric poles and wires installed. That is a Tam Town Council and Tam Sub-County, but without power for the last 8 months. Secondly, within a Malata town, you hardly have power for 2 days in a week, and this has interrupted businesses, affected operations at the L facility, and affected livelihood of the people. Thirdly, Right Honorable Speaker, we have government L facilities in the district without power. For instance, at Namwan L Center, where you find electric poles and wires moving along the main road, but the facility is without power. And yet the intention of government was to ensure that those are given the first priority. What plan is the minister having and the ministry to ensure that those problems affecting, especially Malata District, is rectified within the shortest time possible to restore livelihood of the people? Thank you.
Thank you. Arua Central, Akorkin.
Right Honorable Speaker, Zaid Kemis, once more is my name, Member of Parliament, Arua Central. Honorable Speaker, on average, the national grid connection is at 25%, while West Nile is at 6%, giving out a variance of 19%. Right Honorable Speaker, the World Bank